What's up, Flipsetters? So it is Wednesday, September 2nd, and yeah, there's been a lot going on recently. School started, and I found out, not yesterday, but like several days ago, that a kid that I knew from high school that played football with, his name was Jordan, killed himself last week. Which is just crazy, but so definitely my prayers are going out to the whole family. The memorial service was today, which I didn't go to. But yeah, it's crazy when you hear about like people dying all over the world. It's sad, but it doesn't hurt you on like a personal level until like someone close to you. Even though I wasn't that close to him, it still makes you kind of sad when you think about it. That just caught up in this world and ended up killing himself. And it was even crazier too because I was able to share my faith with him a couple times through high school, but he was just so opposed to it. And I just hope that before he ended up passing away that he accepted Jesus into his life, because if not, then anyway, let's talk about other things. School has been starting, which is exciting, which is a weird word for me to use describing school. I'm wearing a shirt. It doesn't look like it when I'm like this, but I am. I've been digging this like flannel and undershirt thing recently. I don't know why. I think it makes me look like a hipster, but I've really kind of been digging it. Maybe because it's just lazy and I don't really have to, I can just like throw it on and it's comfortable. This is what I've come to in my life, but I guess I'm not really looking to impress anyone anymore. So, but I'm gonna walk in darkness a little bit. No, I'll stay around the light. School's starting, and I've had both my classes now. 2 classes, both philosophy classes. One is judeo-christian tradition, which is more so a study of monotheistic religions on society. So Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And the class I had tonight, I'm sorry for the wind, I apologize, I'm sure that's coming over awful on the microphone, but I apologize. I was talking on the phone with Catherine, and I just was kind of walking around, and I ended up here. And I have a story that I want to talk about here in a minute, but today I had ethics, or tonight. Same teacher. I had the judeo-christian tradition class. I'm just going to call that religion class, because that's basically what it is, and this one ethics, because judeo-christian tradition is obnoxious to say over and over again. But I had my religion class, and I liked the teacher. I liked the way he taught, and I realized that his workload is really low, which is awesome. But after Monday class, I ended up dropping my intro to philosophy class I was going to take and replacing it with this ethics class, because what I liked about this teacher is he holds his classes in a very discussion-based format. So it's a lot of just interacting with the other students in there, but not just in small groups, but in like the class as a whole. So you're able to talk and discuss topics and subjects to the whole class. And this is why I'm so psyched about these classes. Like, first off, I just wanted to do better in school anyway this semester, because I felt like my lazy and like annoyed approach to school that I've had doesn't reflect well. It's not reflective of Christ in me, and I'm just trying to modify the areas of my life where I see that I look more like the world and don't look enough like Christ. And with the way that I've always gone about school before, I think people would be like, oh, look at this schlub, you know, he doesn't even care. As opposed to, wow, there's something different about that guy. And that's the person that I need to be in all aspects of my life. So I was excited to get back to school and really give it more of an effort. And then I get dropped into these classes, which I'm so excited about. And this is why. The teacher's not a Christian at all. I'm like, he's an atheist, I can tell. A liberal atheist Democrat. But I mean, what do you expect from a teacher for the most part, especially at the college level? But most of the people in the class are obviously atheist or agnostic, because it's a philosophy class. But this is why I'm so excited. We're going to be talking about a lot of subjects about God and religion in general, and in my religion class and in ethics we're going to be talking about abortion and homosexuality and the death penalty and all this stuff. And it's a discussion-based class. So I'm going to be able to talk about my views on all of these things, and they can't tell me to shut up or go away. Which is so cool, because I'm going to be able to share my faith in just a godly perspective. I'm going to be able to share on all the different topics that we talk about. And a lot of these topics I've researched a lot for reflect. Like, if there's a God, why does he let bad things happen? It's a super simple answer, but to somebody who doesn't believe in God, it's harder to kind of convey and get the message across, perhaps. So you kind of have to explain it like you're explaining to a child. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. You just have to explain it to somebody who doesn't understand. You have to be able to use your words to explain it. And so I've done a lot of study on these things, and I'm so excited to be able to just share it in a classroom environment where people have to listen to me. Like, they have no choice whatsoever. They're stuck with me. And so that's exciting, because it's just like, there's going to be so much nonsense flying around, and so much talk about, why there isn't a God, or why we don't need God, or why a God wouldn't even be necessary, and all these things. And so I have an opportunity in this class to be a light in all this nonsense and this darkness. I just hope God uses me in some way to even like plant a seed in someone's heart, and then, who knows what God can do with that down the line. So I'm super excited about the whole thing, like seriously stoked. And I can't wait for the semester, and I know I'm going to be on the outs a lot. Like, every single thing we talk about, I feel like I'm going to be the minority, but that's okay. That's okay. I just have to speak what I know to be true, and I'm stoked for the opportunity that I've been placed into. And it's awesome, because now it's even more of an incentive to do really well in these classes, because it's like, you don't want to be talking about a God and how everything you do in your life is based off of your faith, and then not do well in the class. So it's like, I had this ambition to really do well in school this semester, and then I get dropped into these classes, just added ambition. And what's cool is, in the religions class, I got sat next to this girl that I used to talk to in high school, and she leaned to me halfway into class, and she's like, "Hey, so are you still a Christian? Because we hadn't talked in forever." And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Me too." She's like, "I think we're gonna need each other this class." But that's kind of cool, because it's like, it adds another element to the class, at least for me, because it's like, okay, here's another believer next to me now, and the responsibility kind of falls on me a little bit to make sure that she doesn't get led astray by any of these false doctrines that are flying around. So it's kind of cool, because it's like, it's an added incentive and motivation to make sure that I'm ready and my facts are right, and that I say the things I need to say, so that I can help my sister here not get led astray also. So I'm stoked. I'm super excited. It's gonna be just a good opportunity, and it's awesome, and I'm just excited. And I was walking around out here a little while ago, and I used to come to this golf course a lot at night. There's a golf course over there, and the sprinklers always come on, usually this time of night. I think I hear them. Maybe that's just the wind. The wind is gnarly. I apologize. But I would always come up to this railing, and I would just look out on the golf course. And I remember specifically a couple times when I would come out here, and I would just be torn apart because of, I don't know, like something that happened with Jamie. And just, I would sit here, and I wouldn't even, I wouldn't pray or anything, because it's like, at that point I knew I wasn't doing what God wanted me to do, so it's like, why am I going to pray about it? That's dumb. But yeah, I just would come here, and I would just be distraught, like I'd be a mess inside. And so I was just talking to Catherine and just kind of walking around, and ended up out here. And so I went up to the railing again, and just kind of looked out over the golf course like I used to do all the time. I used to come here at night, and my heart would always be so torn apart, and it was my hair is ridiculous. But I was just looking out on the golf course, and just, I don't know, I was just contemplating like how far I've come in my life in just the last couple years, and how much God has healed my heart and really led me in a brand new direction, and like 180 degrees from where I was going and the stupid stuff that I was doing and wanting to do and chasing after. I mean, I'm just like a completely different person. It's just so cool, the way that God can work in your life, and the way that He's worked in mine and is still working. Just so cool, and I'm excited to share this kind of stuff with the people in my philosophy classes. They don't know what's coming. I feel like, I mean, I don't want to ever be that kid in that class where everyone's just like, shut up, I hate you, you're obnoxious. And so there's definitely a tactful way to go about these things. You never do it in a frustrated or a holier than thou way, but they're ideas and topics and things that can be discussed in a respectful manner. And a seed for God can be planted in a lot of people's hearts through this opportunity, and I just hope that you know, I'm able to do that with obviously with God's help. So I'm stoked anyway, and that's the news of my new semester classes. Should be interesting for sure, because as I'm walking in there and the teacher's talking, every once in a while, like I can just feel it, just like the cringe inside, because you know, he says something so off base, and you just know in your soul that is wrong. So it should be an interesting class. And the teacher has a British accent, which is pretty flippin' cool. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. It's way windy. I'm sorry about the wind. I hope you were able to hear what I had to say, and it wasn't too obnoxious. I'm gonna get a haircut. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the flip side.